Good evening, friends, and welcome to the 59th Annual Rotary Youth Services Benefit Concert featuring the Faribault High School Wind and Percussion Ensembles, the Faribault High School Philharmonic Orchestra, and the Faribault High School Concert Choir. My name is Mark Kenny, and I have the honor of serving as the 106th President of the Rotary Club of Faribault. And as such, I also have the honor of emceeing this amazing evening together. And I have been so looking forward to sharing this evening together. Let me tell you why. Tonight, we not only get to feature some amazing students who have worked very hard to put together a great concert, we also all get the opportunity to make a difference. And we're going to do that by participating in raising funds that will be used for scholarships and activities that benefit these Faribault students. And I think that should make us all feel great. At the end of the performance tonight, we'll have opportunities to make a donation, and so be thinking and planning now about what you can contribute. I'll share with you some of the different ways you can give a little bit later. But on a personal note, let me share one more reason why I've been looking forward to tonight. You see, back in the great decade of the 1980s, any children of the 80s here tonight? Come on, greatest decade, right? Back in the 1980s, I was one of these students. It's a different high school in another state, but I was one of these students learning life lessons through the joy and the power of music. Maybe you were as well. And I learned so many things through the performing arts and through the music directors that taught us, and I can tell you those things have made such a positive difference in my life. And so I am thrilled to enjoy this time together this evening with all of us here. Our first performance tonight will be from the Faribault High School Wind and Percussion Ensemble under the direction of Erin Oberly. Ms. Erin Oberly is excited to join the Faribault Music Department and is in her first year as Director of Bands at Faribault High School. She is a 2020 graduate of Gustavus Adolphus College, where she earned her degree in instrumental and classroom music. After graduation, she began her teaching career as a long-term substitute at Oltman Middle School before spending 4 years teaching band and general music in Springfield, Minnesota. Beyond the classroom, Erin has shared her passion for music education as a guest lecturer, student teacher advisor, and as a guest conductor at the Minnesota Music Educators Conference. In her free time, Erin enjoys camping, traveling, and spending time with family and friends. Will you join me in welcoming the Faribault High School Wind and Percussion Ensembles? Fabulous. Thank you, Ms. Oberlin. Ensemble, wonderful. As I mentioned earlier in the program, this is the 59th year of this concert. It's one of the very first performances that these groups get to prepare for each and every year. This concert started as a cooperative venture between the Rotary Club of Faribault and the Faribault High School Music Department to provide the Rotary Club with a way of raising funds for the Visual and Performing Arts Awards, for Strive scholarships, to support many youth service programs and organizations within our community. It also helps us operate the Rotary Youth Camp, which is an 18-acre site located on the shores of Cedar Lake. I will say it's available for groups and individuals if you're looking for a great spot to host a picnic or a gathering. This truly is a gem. As we get ready for our next group to perform, let me say a few brief words about the scholarships that Rotary provides. Throughout the history of the Rotary Club of Faribault, one of our highest priorities has been empowering youth in our communities to reach their fullest potential. And to that end, Rotary has year after year given away tens of thousands of dollars in scholarship money to help students further their education and their training in their areas of interest and for their future careers. A little bit later in the program, we're going to recognize this year's Visual and Performing Arts Award recipients. Now, I know throughout this evening, some of you might be wondering, what is Rotary? Who are these people and what do they do? I'm glad you asked. Rotary is a worldwide network of over 1.4 million people in over 200 countries that operates with a simple motto: service above self. Rotarians are people of action who are continually looking for solutions to the challenges that we sometimes face in our community and in our world. Rotary is one of the premier service organizations in the world, and it's involved in some amazing initiatives both locally and internationally. Rotary's been working for decades to eradicate polio from the world, and I can tell you this, we're almost there. Last count I heard, I believe there's less than 20 cases worldwide because of the efforts of Rotarians around the world. Rotary brings clean water to places that need it. Yeah, we can clap for that. Rotary brings clean water to places where there is a need. Just about 18 months ago, our Faribault Rotary Club installed a water system at a school in Cambodia that provides clean water now, not just for the school, but drinking water and cooking water for a whole community. Rotary supports education, healthcare initiatives, peace-building initiatives worldwide. But Rotary isn't just global, it's also local. And we have many local projects that I'd like to tell you about, but I'm going to wait to do that until after our next performance. Our next performance will be the Faribault High School Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Michael Sloan. Mr. Michael Sloan has a wealth of teaching experience that includes 26 years of teaching orchestra in the public schools. He has been both the middle and high school orchestra director of Faribault Public Schools, and previously has taught orchestra at school districts in Cottage Grove, Bloomington, Owatonna, and Rochester. Prior to becoming an orchestra teacher, Mr. Sloan was a professional double bass player, performing on several cruise lines and in orchestras throughout Philadelphia. He also served active duty with the United States Coast Guard in Hawaii and Alaska. A native of Pennsylvania, Mr. Sloan received a Bachelor of Science degree in music education from Westchester University and studied bass and piano with jazz great Ellis Marsalis, one of my favorites, at Virginia Commonwealth University. Mr. Sloan resides in Dodge County with his family. His interests include old cars and genres of music from all over the world. Will you welcome with me the Faribault High School Philharmonic Orchestra?
Thank you for being here. My name is Michael Sloan. That was Mission Impossible, based on the TV series from, anybody know what year? Guesses? 1966. It was a good year. It was again remade for a movie series in 1996 by Tom Cruise, was the producer of it. And The Final Reckoning came out this year. It's supposed to be the last movie, but I've heard that that is not the final film in the series, according to Tom Cruise, but we'll see. The next piece we're going to play is called The Odyssey, which is also coming out as a film next year. Maybe you've heard about that, which is about the hero of the Trojan War, Odysseus, and sails back to Ithaca along with his crew. It's a long trip, 10 years. So when you listen to this, listen for these different aspects of his trip. If you know about this trip where he stays with the lotus eaters and he eats these plants that have a memory erasing food, the part to it, and then they escape from Cyclops. Cyclops captures them. The crew escapes. They're blown off course, and then they're turned into pigs. It's quite a story. If you've never read this, I imagine the imagery in this movie is going to be fantastic. Then losing his crew to Charybdis. Thank you. Got to remember how to pronounce that. An awful sea monster, and then he ended up being stranded on an island with a nymph named Calypso, eventually returning home to his wife and son after many years, 10 years I think it was. So listen for those events as we play this piece called The Odyssey. Next one is from the book called The Telltale Heart. Maybe some of you have read that back in high school, and this is going to imitate the sounds of that story, of the man with the evil eye that was buried underneath the floor, and the guy heard his heartbeat and felt so guilty for putting him under the floor. Anyway, I don't want to give away the book, but that is it. Miss Claire Anderson over here is going to have some signs to tell you what's happening in the story. Those of you that read the book, see if the music matches what was in that story.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sloan and orchestra. Bravo, bravo. As we transition to our last group today, let me tell you a little bit about how Rotary has made an impact right here in the Faribault community. Rotary members have supported scholarships, have sponsored youth programs, have organized service projects, and worked to make this community a better place for everyone. Some of our local initiatives have been Rotary Readers, where Rotarians make a weekly commitment to do on-site school reading with elementary students, one-on-one. Rotarians annually support the Little Falcons program, introducing kids to athletics and activities of all sorts that are available to them in the community. Rotary has a program called Strive, which stands for Students Taking a Renewed Interest in the Value of Education. And our goal is to give students an opportunity to help raise their grade point average, and we award scholarships based on improvement of those GPAs. The students that commit to Strive show up at 7 a.m. once a month to hear a dynamic presentation so that they can be prepared for life in college. Rotary also partners with many other organizations in the community to provide warm winter gear, coats, hats, boots, snow pants, and gloves to families through our Warm Our Community initiative. And this year, we're providing brand new winter gear to almost 270 Faribault students. These are just some of the ways that Rotary is making an impact right here in our community. And can I tell you, in all honesty, not that I wouldn't be honest anyway, we have a lot of fun doing it. I'd like to take a moment and invite any of our current or past Rotarians that are with us in the room tonight. Would you just stand up and stay standing for a moment so you can be recognized? Any of our current or past Rotarians, would you just stand? I know there's some here tonight that are a part of this. I've been a part of Rotary since 2018, and it has been a joy to partner with so many in our community that are like-minded. We have a theme this year of Better Together. And Rotary International's theme for this year is Unite for Good. And I love that we get to do this together, and we love to make a difference. If you'd like to learn a little more about any of our Rotary programs or how you can help, just talk to one of these Rotarians before you leave tonight, and they'll invite you to our Wednesday noon lunch meeting, and you can come and check it out. Maybe become a member yourself. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Martha Brown, who is also one of our Rotarians, who is also our liaison with the Faribault Public School Music Department. And can I say that Martha has put in a lot of work behind the scenes to make this evening possible. And so would you please give her a hand as she comes to recognize our 2025 Visual and Performing Arts Award recipients. Would you welcome Martha?
Thank you. I have to say that this is my favorite night of the year when all three of these ensembles are together. I also substitute teach here, and every now and then I get to sub for the band teacher and the orchestra teacher and fumble through trying to read a score, but we have fun. But as a result, I get to know so many of the kids in the music program here. And those who are in the music and the visual arts and the theater programs here tend to be our higher achievers in the school as well. So parents, if you have a child that's struggling a little bit, put them in the music program. They are just a fantastic group of young people, very proud of all of them. I want to give a minute to thank Ben Beaupre. About 3 years ago, he took a look at how this award program was working and said, it's kind of non-systematic, I think is a good word, and came up with ways to revise it. And we've been honing it every year. And one of the things Ben suggested is let's make a Google Sheet and ask the kids to go on there and apply for the award and say why they think they deserve it and what they'll do with the money. And from there, usually those folks stand out. Last year, we had the visual arts department do the same procedure so that, unlike a lot of awards that go to seniors and graduating seniors, these awards are for underclass students, and as a result, they can also win the award more than one time. And this is something that this wonderful group of teachers, Ben, Aaron, Michael, they all work together so well that this whole wing is just the happiest place in the school. Really decided to pull it together and make it a little bit competitive, but also, if you have an outstanding student who applies 1, 2, 3 years in a row, why exclude them? So I tell you that because we've got some of those awardees tonight. How the scholarship works is it's generally $500, and it can go to whatever students need to better themselves in the arts. And you saw on the slideshow earlier, a lot of the students use the scholarship to buy instruments, repair instruments, attend music camps, whatever is reasonable, and then they're reimbursed for that expense. So I'd like to start by first recognizing some 2023-24 awardees who are still here. And if you come up to the stage, Olivia Fisher, Tegan Embry, Marco Molina, and Eric Flores. We also, I'm not going to call you up, but we do have some graduates here tonight at the performance who are also the award winners. Zoe, she was on the screen. All right, so it's time to recognize the 2024-25 Rotary Performing Arts Scholarship awardees. And I'd like to first start with Paige Wazalowski because she is a 2-year winner. Come on up, Paige. And also Miles Leopold, the theater. If you've been coming to the shows, you know this guy. Because in SpongeBob, he was arr. I never let him live it down. For orchestra, we have Leah Nowachevsky, who I think is also our concert mistress for tonight. And Leo Coulter. Come on up, Leo. The awardees from the band, I love it. They're both female and they're both percussionists. Shiloh Bongers and Savannah Schwartz. In choir, we have Sam Martinson and Gabby Olivo, our stars of our choir. And the last student I want to recognize got the all-around award. Now this is where the theater and the music teachers get together and say, you know, who's in everything and who should really get this award. So this one is chosen by the teachers. Now this student is a visual artist, she's in theater, and she's also a bassoonist in the band. Amazing young person. And last year she was the only one who applied for the Visual Arts Award. So Rotary sets aside $1,000 for 2 students in the visual arts, and there was just one applicant, so I said to Rotary, I'm like, why leave that money sitting there? Why not give it to this person? She also was chosen by arts, music, and theater teachers for the all-around award, which totaled $1,500 to Arabella Ecker. And Bella used it. I said, what did you do with all that money? And she said, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. She went to a camp, she did a bassoon. She really put that money to good use. So let's give a big round of applause for all of our awardees. And I just want to say my second favorite thing, you guys can come off. My second favorite event is in May when we give out the new awards. So I encourage everyone, pay attention when it's time. We usually start taking applications in April. Go for it and apply for this Rotary Award just to make yourself better. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Congratulations, students. Job well done. Our final performance this evening, we welcome the Faribault High School Concert Choir under the direction of Ben Beaupre. Mr. Ben Beaupre is eager to be back for his 4th year in the Faribault High School Music Department. In his 10th year of teaching, he has also taught choir and general music to students of all ages in Medford and St. Francis, Minnesota. Ben is originally from Maple Grove, graduated from Luther College in Decorah, Iowa, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in K-12 music education. He currently resides in Owatonna with his wife and 2 daughters, and in his free time, Ben enjoys being outside, watching baseball, projects around the house, reading, and most importantly, spending time with his family. Will you welcome with me the Faribault High School Concert Choir?
Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes, we can.
Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience. Oh, we are strong. Hold on. I want to make it, and I know we will. Yes, it's hard to do. Going on is worse to stand still.
Resilience.
Oh, we are strong. Hold on. I want to make it, and I know we will. Yes, it's hard to keep going, but it's worse to stand still. Resilience. We are strong. Shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience. Make a new plan. Stand up again and say, yes, we can. Resilience.
As we get into our second piece here, I just wanted to provide a quick word about this. This piece is a set of actually 2 songs we're performing, just one of them for you this evening. But the title is Taloa Chipota. It is a collection of 2 children's songs. It is reminiscent of traditional stomp dancing and based on old Chickasaw melodies. Chickasaw is a tribal nation in present-day Oklahoma. These stomp dances begin at dusk and end at dawn. And so this first movement depicts the sunlight in the morning. Quite literally, the translation of this Hashiat Kocha is sunrise. The composer of it, a member of the Chickasaw Nation, Jared Impicha Chahat Tate, provided this text for us. This is his own work. And it translates to as followed. I see a light in the distance. Who is my new friend? He's whispering in my ear, gently talking to my heart. Look, the sun is calling to us. He is painting the sky, and now our mothers will dance. We hope that you can envision and depict this sunrise while we sing for you. And we also would like to acknowledge and thank Dr. Martha Brown for accompanying us, as well as Ben Diaz-Kun for joining us on the cello. This is Sunrise.
We can all be different, there's no fear or shame. Oh, but I still love you just the same. We can all be different, there's no fear or shame. Oh, but I still love you just the same. Dance to the rhythm of your own drum, boom, 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 boom. Dance to the rhythm of your own drum, boom, 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 boom. We can all be different, there's no fear or shame. Oh, but I still love you just the same. We can all be different, there's no fear or shame. Oh, but I still love you just the same. Just dance, oh dance, just dance, oh dance, just dance. Let's go! Dance! Dance to the rhythm! Dance to the rhythm of your own drum. Woo!
Thank you so much, Mr. Beaupre and Concert Choir. Why don't we give all our performers one more round of applause for their performance tonight? As we come to the end of the performance, now it's time for each one of us to do our part. And I know that many made a donation as you entered the auditorium this evening, but maybe you weren't prepared to do that when you came in, but you are now. And my hope is that each of us will choose to do something, big or small. Every contribution matters. And you can be confident that the funds that you donate are going to be stewarded well and will all go to the benefit of the youth of our community. Finally, on behalf of the Faribault Rotary Club, I want to sincerely thank you for being here this evening, supporting both our high school music department and the activities of our club. It is always a pleasure to host this great event. Thank you for your generosity, and with that, I wish you a very good night and safe travels home. Good night.